Welcome to the presentation area at the Knife Shop Survival Outpost. My name is Brian, and today we're going to be discussing techniques for using a knife as a tool with which to fashion other tools. It would make all of our trips in a wilderness environment unenjoyable if we actually carried with us every tool that we could possibly use on our outing. But by taking a knife, which is one tool that we can use to make many other tools, such as digging tools, digging up roots and tubers, to making hearth boards for starting fires, to making utensils for cooking. The sharp blade of one good knife gives us the capability to make all of these other things that we need from the materials we can find in the forest. A lot of other channels and other wilderness skills instructors tend to focus on which knives are the best survival knives, or heavy-duty knives, or sharpened pry bars, as some people call them. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being prepared. However, having grown up hunting and fishing and trapping commercially, it's been my experience that the primary people to find themselves in a survival situation in the wilderness are hunters and fishermen and outdoor enthusiasts, and they're just going to be carrying whatever knives that they use for their activity, not the world's best survival knife. So my philosophy is to practice with the tools you're going to carry under normal circumstances when you're out and about. One of my favorite knives is the Buck 105 Pathfinder. It's one that I used a lot in my youth for hunting and fishing. It's not very large, it's not very heavy, but it's big enough to do most tasks. The thing about carrying smaller knives is they're not good tools for chopping with. They don't have the forward mass to develop good inertia for chopping. So you develop techniques that are more finesse over force in order to accomplish tasks in the field. One of the techniques that I teach my students is a ring and break technique. It's a technique where you cut a ring around the stick that's larger than you want to cut through or whittle through, and then you snap it off to create non-broken ends. The reason for this is so that when you're making tools and utensils, that you can get good clean ends instead of fractured ends that poke holes in your skin or put splinters in your hand. It's an easy technique to use. When you're wanting to make a cooking fork, you just find the right stick and cut it to length where you want it by making a ring around the stick with a knife and then breaking it. It's as simple as that. And then you use the blade of the knife to sharpen the points. And there you have a tool that you can use to cook your food over a fire, whether it be game that you've hunted, fish you've caught, or hot dogs that you brought along.